Hi Raja, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you.
So would you introduce yourself and tell us something about yourself?
Well, I'm Raja Bitar. I'm a writer and novelist from Lebanon. I write essays and novels about Ahlul Bayt, about Islamic issues, and such things. I'm also a physics teacher. I was once a director in a school. I deal with the education issues and with writing educational and Islamic essays and novels.
So where do you live now and where are you from originally?
Uh, Please, I didn't
Uh,
understand.
so I asked that where do you live now?
I live in Lebanon, in South
Yeah,
Lebanon.
yeah. So first, let me thank you for let me just give me your time for this Skype interview. And
No, you're
today we
welcome.
want to yeah, thank you. And today we want to talk about the logical solution for Palestine. And just there are lots of peace plan for Palestine, but until now none of them just work correctly. So, and you know that this Israel-Palestine conflict is one of the most long-lasting disputes in recent times. So, my first question would be, would be, why is it so hard to make a peace in this region?
Well, here in Lebanon, maybe in South Lebanon, يعني, we are people that has suffered too much from the Israeli attempts and the bloody wars that has been targeted against our country, especially South Lebanon. And we maybe, يعني, we may maybe we understand this problem better than much others. يعني.
Yeah, you are
Now,
right.
we can talk about this point, the Palestinian conflict. It's a very complicated problem. And as you said, many attempts and many people, politicians and other than politicians has been talking about a solution for this problem, a peace solution. Maybe I think that making a referendum can be a good solution, but this referendum should be fair and should include all the conditions that
Yeah.
give it the right to be a fair solution for all the Palestinian people.
Yeah, right. You know that just this conflict between Palestine and Israeli is not a kind of regional conflict. It threatens the global stability. And
Yes, of
and it is proposed that a referendum should take place in this region. But who should hold this referendum?
course,
The
holding
United
the
Nations,
referendum,
Palestinian,
yeah,
or what?
holding the referendum is the most important part of it. It's not give it all its, yeah, I mean, يعني, it should be given, should be held by in a fair way in order to be to give us the result that we want. It should be held in a fair way, and on condition that it must include all the Palestinian inhabitants, Arabs and non-Arabs, Muslims, Christians, and Jews, all of them, in a way to give them the solution for their 70 years old problem. It's not just a problem of 1 year or two. It's 70 years old, and it's
Yeah.
a problem of the whole world, as you have just said.
Hmm. Very good. But you think that after, just suppose that this referendum happened, do you think that the Israeli will accept the result, or Palestinian, or both sides, just to be not biased, both sides will accept the result, whatever it is?
Now, this is the point. Yani, if it is held fairly and by people that are approved by all the people that are concerned, then it should be accepted by all of them. Unless if it's not accepted by them, it will have no meaning. And also, it should include not only the people sharing in this referendum should be all the genres of people found in Palestine. They should be also, it should concern also how to live with each other, not only where to live and who will rule them. They should include the sharing, the communication between them, how to respect one another, the right to express themselves, the right to worship, the right to live together. Inhabiting a place is not living in a place is not inhabiting this place. It's the right also, living is also sharing and communication at the widest range.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. You know that we are in Ramadan now, and in the last Friday of Ramadan, we call it the Quds Day, the day that all Muslims in the world just we have a rally to support Palestinian. Do you think that in this year we should have a kind of slogan about the holding the referendum or something like that? I mean that is it helpful or not?
I think after trying so many solutions that didn't prove themselves to be right, I think it worth the trial. Making a referendum in a fair way, as I have just said, worth a trial this year or any other year, and the fastest the better, or the best.
Hmm. Yeah, you're right. Do you believe that we should ask all Palestinians in the world to came back to the Palestine and just to be there and support this referendum and
Yes,
came back to the
of
country?
course. Yes, of course, because Palestinian people, most of them haven't left their country by their will. They left their country obliged. They were obliged to leave. So they
Exactly.
are refugees and not. They are not travelers. They are refugees, and this is why they should be a part and a very important part in this referendum.
Mm, yeah, yeah, you are right. And you know that this LSP that we are talking about is a kind of campaign. Do you think that this kind of campaign in social medias will help this conflict to be solved or not?
Of course, social media has been in the last years has been the most important part of uh, maybe people's life. So social media has a very important influence on all decisions. And but there is one problem that most social media are directed by forces that may be not fair enough. There are several decisions and several maybe referendums or other parts of social activities has not been fair and for example, on Facebook, there are, or on Twitter, or on other social media, we have sites that are not correct. And
Hmm.
this is why I don't think that referendum should be done on such media. Yes, the media has an influence, has an effect on this solution, but it should not take more than its real effect.
Thank you. And do you think that we have other solution more than referendum? I mean that unilateral peace plan somehow is like a mockery effort for solving this conflict. So do we have any solution except the referendum for solving this 70 years conflict?
I'm not the best who can answer this question, but because I'm a citizen, a Lebanese citizen that has suffered for a long time of the Israeli attempts against Lebanon and the several other bloody wars against Lebanon, and maybe we have a close vision of the problem, the Palestinian problem. This is why we can see that the peace attempts that had been made till now, they were not useful, and maybe the referendum can be can worth a trial. It worth trying.
Yeah, and maybe of course you heard that, and every people in the world heard that. You know, some countries or some elite believe that just a classical war should end this conflict, and even we heard that some even proposing, some biased people proposing just we should throwing Jewish immigrants into the sea. We hear unfortunately such a sentences. Do you
No,
think
this
that
is
a
not a
war?
solution.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think a war will, because some countries really support these logic? Do you think that just a war will end this problem?
I don't think that war can end any problem because it's only about shedding blood and nothing else. Till now, we have 70 years of war and bloodshed and whatever. The problem hasn't been solved. If it would have been solved later, earlier, sorry, it would have been solved. Yani it's not solved. Any other
Uh,
war will give more blood and no solution.